Welcome to my channel. My name is Ben. It's very nice to meet you guys. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my Turo experience. To start off, it was amazing, and to end off, it was absolutely terrible, and then it worked out in the end. But to kind of give you guys a breakdown of how that went, it started with me moving to Mexico. I moved to Mexico because I just wanted to get away from life and just kind of do something different, just change the scene and live a little bit. So I went to Playa del Carmen. From there, I had my car in Houston, and I said, it's sitting in this parking lot and I'm not able to do anything with it because I'm not going to drive it to Mexico. And so what do I do? And so I decided to look for a Turo manager, and I called the person, and very quickly I was able to get my car listed and rented on Turo. In the 1 year I had it listed on Turo, I had roughly 30 to 40 trips, and it was a great experience. None of the people had any damage to my car up until the very end. And in this time, it was great because I had my car payment. The car payment was getting paid off with the Turo, with people that were Turoing it, as well as my insurance and everything like that. Because when I would come into Houston once or twice every other month, I was using my car still. And I was able to use my car while it was still on, while it was being listed on Turo, and just block off the days. Well, that was a great experience up until the point where I got a phone call. I was with my buddy Connor. We were getting on a tequila train in Guadalajara, Mexico, about to have a great time, and I get a phone call from my Turo manager. My Turo manager told me, Ben, I got some news that you're not gonna like. The lady who was renting the car, she had mentioned to me this morning, 5 minutes ago, that the car is no longer in her possession, that she left her purse in her car, or her purse got stolen, and through that process, the key she left in there, and someone had stolen the car in the process. Well, I was freaking out. That ruined my entire trip. I didn't know what to do. This is absolutely the worst nightmare possible that anybody could experience on Turo. My car got stolen. My Lexus that I paid $30,000 for had gotten stolen. And so the next step for me, the only thing I could think of was to just let it go and let the insurance do its thing. So I waited about a day, and it was Monday morning. I called the sheriff's department, either Sunday or Monday, I forget. I called the sheriff's department, asked them where it would be, and they told me that it was now with the, now that I should call the tow truck company that they use, because they don't know. So I called them, and they told me that they do know where it's at, that it's with a different tow truck company, but they do know where it's at, and the VIN number matched and everything like that. And just to kind of rewind a little bit, I found out about it because on the Lexus application, it actually shows me exactly where the car is, because there is a built-in tracker on Lexus Connect. It's a great thing about Lexus. I absolutely love that app. You could unlock and lock your car. You could power on your car. You could track your car. You could see if there was any, craziness going on with the car. And anyways, I tracked it back to an area that was 2 hours north of Houston, where the car had been stolen. And it looked like they were driving up to Dallas because it was in the middle of nowhere. And that's how I was able to call the proper sheriff's department, which was in Ennis, Texas, which is like Ferris, Ennis, Corsicana. It's all in the same area. From there, I found out from them, the sheriff, where to find my car, just as I had mentioned before. I let the insurance company know, they processed everything, and I got some horrific news about 2 days later. My car had not only been stolen, it wasn't the GPS tracker that had been taken out like I had thought. They had wrecked my car. And they had wrecked it to the point to where half the car, just all the panels are off of it. Airbags deployed, it's a total wreck. And I really, truly was just hoping insurance would come through at this point, because there was no way I'd be able to drive that car again. So fast forward a little bit, about 10 days of going through the insurance process, them, kind of doing their things, going through from the first team to the total loss team, processing time. I got a call from them, and they gave me a call letting me know the value of my car. Well, I had bought the car originally for $29,500. And my estimate came in at $29,100, almost coming in exactly where it was prior. Now, that's not too bad considering I put on an additional 40,000 miles on the car since I purchased the car, and basically broke even from the purchase. Of those 40,000 miles, only about 15,000 miles of that was Turo drives, and the other 25,000 miles was my personal drives. And so in the end, everything worked out and the insurance came through. If I was ever to do Turo again, I would make sure every single person has their own insurance. That keeps me from having to come out of pocket from my personal insurance, and my deductible go higher, and my payment go higher in the future. And so, because this one worked out in my favor, and I would hope that the ones in the future would as well. What I will say is, don't be too afraid of Turo, because the management guy that I have, he has 40 cars. Only 2 of them have ever been damaged in a wreck or totaled. And only one of them, which was mine, has ever been stolen. And so definitely don't have fear. Turo is an amazing application, especially for people traveling. I would definitely use it again in the future. And thank you again, guys, for listening in on my little podcast here. And I'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a good one.